suddenly I'm the parent. Like suddenly I'm like, your habits are not healthy. It is making people upset. And then it's so awkward. And you don't really know how your dad's going to react because this is your first time talking to him like that.
I keep seeing all the girls call themselves corporate girlies. Then I was like, why guys don't have anything?
You are a finance bro.
No, I'm a corporate titi.
Don't titi. Like
I'm a corporate titi.
Girly is cute. Titi is not cute.
Then I'm a corporate girl.
Hey, I want to go home already.
This is my resignation.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Hot Pot, where we hop into different transitions in life. I'm Q.
I'm Nick.
I'm Joey, and today I'm so excited for this topic, guys, because it's finally Father's Day. We're going to be talking about... Baba.
Yee.
Papa is better than daddy. Anyway, since Father's Day is coming up, today we'll be talking about our relationships with our dads, how they have evolved, how we've settled conflicts, and how we communicate with them. So starting off, how old are your dads?
Oh, my dad is going to be 70 in 3 years.
Wow, xiao liao.
Eh, why say 小了? No lah.
No, cause
How dare you say 小了?
No, because I don't know my...
I thought you say my dad's age. 小了.
I think Aga 60?
I think my dad is 61. You know what's funny? Like when Nick said he doesn't know his dad's age, I realized, especially on the internet, they always say like, how come you never truly know what your dad does for a living?
Oh, yeah.
It's quite funny. Like until now, I still don't really know exactly what my dad does.
Okay, I know my dad's job, like previous job.
Correct.
Like he's a subcontractor. But growing up, I always like, oh, he at construction site one.
Correct.
But do what? I don't know. I just know he yells at people.
Well, I always knew what my dad did. I think because I am now a fellow corporate TT. I told Q this. I keep seeing all the girls call themselves corporate girlies. Then I was like, why guys don't have anything?
You are a finance bro.
No, I'm a corporate TT.
Don't titi. Like
I'm a corporate TT.
Girly is cute. Titi is not cute.
Then I'm a corporate girl.
Hey, I want to go home already.
This is my resignation. Please take
Corporate
it.
girl.
Hey, what does your dad do?
Oh, my dad does insurance. He used to be a policeman.
Hey, but I thought you said he do feng shui.
Okay, so guys, my dad is also like me. We do a lot of things. He was a policeman, and here's what's funny. When I was 4 years old, I lied to everybody and told them that my father sell ice cream at Suntec City.
But,
I don't know. I thought it was like so cool, right?
but did he really sell ice cream?
No.
Oh, okay.
Then everyone went to my mom and said, oh my god, I didn't know your Sam started like selling ice cream at Suntec City. Then they're like, huh? So anyway, police, then he did insurance, and then he does feng shui on the side. But now, as of now, he's fully doing feng shui already.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, we asked her, what does your dad do? Insurance then?
But he
Guys, I'm also trying to keep up.
Okay, but are your dads retired or not?
Yes.
Mine also.
How to... Because he's still working. But for himself
He's
now.
still counting the 八字.
Oh, and he just started driving Grab.
Wow.
I'm very confused. Sam is a hustler.
You call your father what?
Dad.
Dad ah?
Yeah, I call him Dad.
Very westernized that.
Yeah, she has always been quite
I
westernized.
call father eh.
Huh?
But not in the...
Father?
Not in the British...
Father, would you like a cup of tea?
Father, you want kopi or teh?
It's more of like, I learned from my parents calling their parents.
Oh, it's like father.
Father,
Like
mother.
father.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Father, mother, eat already. Father.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Imagine I call my father, 爹.
With the long sleeve, then you爹，你吃了吗？
What's the ma? Niang ah. Niang.
Yeah. How would you guys describe your dads?
I think he's very supportive. Because when I was younger, I think there was a lot of resentment over like, oh, he not present for stuff, or he not like 100% clued in on like what I'm doing or what I'm studying and things like that, right? But then I realized that like regardless of like all of that, right, whenever I share like a accomplishment, or not even accomplishment, right, an update with him, right, he will always frame it in a way where like, wow, you did such a great job.
I would say my dad is a very hardworking and down-to-earth man. As mentioned, he wasn't very privileged growing up. So he made sure that my siblings and I always had the things that we wanted. Like my sister wanted to learn piano. He bought a piano for her. I wanted to learn guitar and like random hobbies, and then he paid for all the lessons, but then I kept quitting on them. So I was a terrible daughter that way. But I think overall, he was really present. He tried to be present with the family, like by spending time with us. And he is someone who has never really raised his voice. You know, there are some dads who screams, even beat their children. My dad has never resorted to violence. Yeah, so that was very respectable. Actually, I really respect my father for the life he gave us. Yeah.
My dad is a very self-sacrificial man. He's the kind that will sacrifice his own interests for the bigger picture, and he's super compassionate. And like I feel like everywhere he goes, he's doing all these little things. Like I only found out much later on that every morning when he was going to work, he would buy breakfast for another old man just because he's always there. So every morning he'll just do these things for him.
But then, okay, so actually, right, how would you all describe your relationship with your fathers when you were young?
I think growing up, I had a very good relationship with my dad. He has always been someone who worked really hard for the family, even though he wasn't very academically exposed. So he stopped studying at 11 and then he came to Singapore. He's Malaysian, by the way. He came to Singapore and started working around 16, 17. And then he built a life for the family. But then I think in adulthood, my relationship with him is a bit more distant. As in, I think as the youngest girl, right, I got to aegyo quite a bit. You know what's aegyo, remember?
It's like a bit there, right?
He's a bit there. He says
yeah.
with like disdain.
So I was very like cutesy growing up. Like up to maybe when I was in poly, I would still say, I love you to my dad, you know? And then he'll say it back. But then in recent times, I can't say it out loud. It's just a bit awkward now. But something that, a core memory of mine, actually till today, right, is that he will always buy me, you know when you buy roasted duck, right? He'll always buy me the drumstick to eat, so I can eat like that. Yeah, so in Chinese, right, they always say 女孩子是泼出去的水, which means wasted water lah.
Yeah.
But then to my parents, they don't see it that way. They're like, I'm gonna spend $8 on a drumstick for you. It's fine. Like they are not biased just because I'm a girl. Yeah, so that's one of my core memories.
I think with my dad and I just remember our childhood being very playful. Like we had this, like I remember once my mom was sleeping and my dad said, you want to like prank mommy? And I was like, yeah.
No wonder you like that.
So then it's Sam's fault. So we took, I'm not even kidding, Tabasco, chili sauce, tomato sauce, Thousand Island sauce, all the sauces, right? We put on her thigh when she's sleeping.
For what?
Funny ma.
Then the bed dirty?
So when she was sleeping, then after that, I remember she woke up, she's like, because her leg is like wet with like 3 million sauces on her thigh. So she went to wash it off, but because it's Tabasco, it was like on fire.
I'm so confused.
I just remember my dad and I being like, we messed up, but then we are like, oh yo, then we look at each other, you know, like moments like that I mean, now I look back and I'm like, we probably should not have done that. But it's so funny that we shared that little secret together. Very playful lah. Like even when my mom like cannot take it with me already, she say go and like cane her, right? Then my father asked me, you want hard or soft? Then I say, obviously I say soft, right? So he just like that. Okay, go. Then I'm like, okay.
So your dad was the good cop lah.
My dad good cop lah.
Daddy's goal lah.
Yeah.
The thing is that, okay, because my younger brother was a lot younger. So a lot of my childhood was just my sister and I. Then my sister is the complete opposite of me. Like she's the most like mellow, chill, like by the book, study hard kind of person, right? And then like I was not an easy child to raise. So I was quite naughty and like and stuff like that lah. So a lot of times I had to be disciplined, but then I always never see her get disciplined. So in my mind it's like, why you always scold me?
But because you're naughty.
Yeah, but I didn't equate it to that ma.
As in you might think that they are just nitpicking everything you do, right?
Yeah. And then also because like when I was younger, my school results were better than my sister's, like especially when we were younger. Even though like she was studying, like objectively studying a lot harder. So then whenever I didn't get like a certain grade, right, I get punished. But then when my sister doesn't get that grade or like does even worse than me, right, for example PSLE, then she don't get punished. So then it wasn't communicated to me like, hey, how come like that? The standard like different.
The expectations lah.
Yeah, but from their point of view is that like, okay, because they felt that like the benchmark was higher for me at that level. Yeah.
Would you say that you also don't talk about your feelings to your father?
Yeah, I think last time younger at time, like you don't know how to communicate your feelings well. Then as a Asian man from their generation, they also don't really talk about their feelings a lot. So then just breakdown in communication. Lor. The other thing also is that growing up, my dad was quite successful at work. So he was a banker lah. But that means that he was working very long hours. So I didn't see him much also. I think there was a part also where I felt a lot of resentment, like a lot of things where I wanted him to be present, or instances where I wanted him to be present, I felt like he wasn't lor.
Oh my god, today is next therapy.
Yeah. Was he more present for your siblings?
I think maybe my youngest brother more, but it's also because like when my youngest brother was born and growing up, my dad was also sort of like winding down his career already.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So got more time lor.
Yeah.
Yeah. But for my sister and I think quite equal lah.
Okay, so how has your relationship with your father changed now that you guys are older?
I think it's something that bothers me quite a bit in the recent years. Basically, my dad has some habits that I do not really like. So basically, he just mahjongs a lot. And I think you start to see your father in a different light after he's retired, because he's not a working man anymore. He's someone else. He just has his own fun, which is great. But when it bleeds into everyone else's space, right, I think it's quite hard to deal with it. And especially as a daughter, right, how do you tell your father, this bothers me, this is something that we don't like? Because it's his hobby, I also feel bad for saying, you should stop playing, you should not play. So we actually did have a conversation about it quite a few times. And it was definitely difficult and uncomfortable lah, because it's suddenly I'm the parent. Like suddenly I'm like, your habits are not healthy. It is making people upset. And then it's so awkward. And you don't really know how your dad's going to react, because this is your first time talking to him like that. But lucky for me, my dad is always quite receptive when it comes to these things. It's just whether he changes is a different story. So when he doesn't change, even after agreeing, it bothers me, it affects me lah. How about you guys?
It's quite interesting because like after retirement also, right, then my dad now has a lot of free time at home. But my mom is still working. So post-retirement, he learned how to cook. Which was like the first time I heard, I was like, 20 over years, he has never cooked like anything. Then suddenly he's like cooking the meals at home. And then when we go over for family dinner, after dinner, he will like wash the dishes. So seeing that dynamic shift has been quite like eye-opening. And now that he doesn't have to worry about like work and things like that, I have also like sort of benefited from, you know, him being more present at home. Because anytime there's like anything that he needs to like pass to me, or I need something, right, then he'll just like, hey, I'll drive by your place and then I'll pass to you later.
Oh my god, maybe that's just his way of like, I want to see you.
Yeah. So I think it's like, it's more of like, you know, being willing to sacrifice your time to do something for my benefit. Yeah, which is something that I held against him when I was younger, because he's busy at work ma.
Maybe he's making up for it now.
Do you think?
I don't think got so
Maybe
deep
not
lah.
consciously, but now that he can, he's doing it lah.
Yeah. So I think like our relationship has improved a lot now that he doesn't have to like stress about work, which has also fed a lot into like my own view on having kids. I don't want to be a parent where I have to like keep stressing about work like my dad did and then not be able to be present. But I want to be a parent like my dad is now. Yeah.
Commercial break.
Okay, today's segment is a bit different. Why ah?
I also don't know.
We have a mini game. Apparently, hearsay.
Mini game ah? Not a regular game, no.
He's draw a lot of tension.
Mini game.
Small one.
Start the game.
Call your dad and make him say I love you within 1 minute without revealing the context to them.
Cannot.
I think Joey, you are our best hope.
I really cannot. Yeah, you got to.
Should I call my father-in-law or my dad?
Your father.
He will, what's happening? He will like that.
Can you do both?
Okay.
On behalf of the two of us who will not be able to.
Hi, Dad.
Yes.
Are you in the toilet?
Yes, I am.
I just want to say I love you.
Oh, I love you too. What happened?
Nothing. I just want to say I love you. Okay, enjoy your poo-poo. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Congrats!
Wow.
He answered in the toilet.
I thought he was going to hesitate, but he said,
He
I
said,
love you
"Oh,
too.
I love you." What happened?
Yeah. I feel like confirm he'll think got something happen. What?
Yeah.
You better text him now.
I text him
Yeah,
now. I
yeah,
text him
text him
now. Okay. I call my father already. My father-in-law. For the sake of this video, right, I will not code switch. Sup?
Where are you? Let me see.
I love you.
Where are you? How come I'm on the screen and you're not?
Wait, did you hear what I said? I said I love you.
Of course you love me. I made the man you're with.
And what are your thoughts?
That I love you too.
Thank you.
You are my baby's. You're my baby's girl. So
I'm so here.
Okay, I'm on set.
now
Hi.
what's happening? That's why she had me blocked out. She was ambushing me.
Yes.
You are
she
a very
was.
sweet father-in-law.
That's my girl.
Aww.
I don't have any girls, so she's the one.
That's
Okay.
awesome. I'm getting teary.
Bye.
Bye.
That's so sweet.
He's so sweet.
Angmo different.
Yeah, man.
Huh?
Okay, Nick and I can't do this challenge.
Cannot lah.
So
Our
Joey
dynamic is not like that.
represented us. If anything, I want to say it in private lah.
Yeah. Because it's so rare.
Correct.
Huh?
Yes, actually that's
Right.
my...
So lesson is say more. I think my dad and I have this very profound relationship in that we both believe that we were from a past life. I think it's a very stereotypical dad thing where people they always say that dads don't express themselves, they don't communicate their feelings. I would say that my dad and I we don't talk at length, but we just understand where each other's from. I'm definitely more aligned with him in terms of our life outlook and spirituality. So we have that very strong bond, but we don't need to talk every day to be aligned. Yeah. I think my dad and my relationship there was a turning point, which was right around the time I made my parents get the divorce, where I realized he's been so self-sacrificial that he doesn't know how to stand up for himself. And as much as I hate when parental roles are shifted, it was one of those things where I'm like, nah, it's time to help this man live his best life. So I had to tell him how to fight for his rights in the divorce, how to do this, how to set boundaries. And as a result, I remember one time my dad said to me, if it weren't for you, I don't think I'll be where I am now. He said, if it weren't for you, I wouldn't get the divorce. And it's all thanks to you because I did that. And to hear that from him, right, I felt like everything I did as a kid to make his life difficult, right, done. I pay off.
Oh, yeah.
I felt like we're even now. It was just a nice moment where I'm like, okay, I feel like at least I have done something quantifiable. Now I'm married and I'm with Charlie at home. We don't really see my dad a lot, but once in a while when we go for meals and stuff, when we catch up, it feels nice. You're old enough, so you talk to each other like adults. And then you can look back and suddenly you feel like, actually it's safe for me to tell him what I did as a kid that was stupid.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Right? It's so fun.
Yeah.
And then you realize actually my dad is a grown man. When I separate the title of a father, I'm like, this is a person, a human being also. He also used to make mistakes, or he used to be a kid or a teen also. And then I realized there's not, I haven't been able to take that veil off until I was an adult. Yeah.
I think when I was navigating the emotions that I had for my father or have for my father in the recent years, right, I always thought you're a parent, shouldn't you know better? You know?
Yeah.
You've been living for so long, but then the mentality is that they are living for the first time. And he's 67 for the first time. He's 68 for the first time. And dealing with retirement for someone who has been working for 40 over years is definitely different.
Yeah.
And shouldn't I also be happy that he finally has time for himself? Yeah, so it's always navigating the feeling of guilt plus joy plus a bit of anger based on the way they behave in their stage in life lah.
Are you similar to your fathers? Any traits that they passed down to you?
I like spicy food because of my dad.
I burp really loud.
I used to think that we were quite different, but then now that I am in my 30s, I feel like we are quite similar. We are both very career focused adults lah. So when he was my age, he was also really chonging work and things like that. Out of all his siblings, only him and his oldest brother went to university. At that point of time, my grandfather he didn't pay for my dad's university. So my dad was like, I got into university, so I should go to university. So then he taught drums, like he taught drum lessons to pay for university. So he really hustled all the way through. Then like last time he would like work delivery jobs and things like that. So I feel like we are quite similar in
The hustling life.
the hustling life lah.
Damn.
Yeah.
What's your father's name?
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey, shout out.
Jeffrey.
Uncle Jeffrey.
Uncle Jeff. My name Jeff. Okay, so
Yeah.
speaking of jokes, do your dads make dad jokes?
I feel like the Singapore dad joke quite different. The Singapore dad joke is whatever they see on...
Inappropriate things.
No,
On
it's
WhatsApp.
whatever they see on like WhatsApp or in like the Facebook comments.
No, sometimes my dad sends like WhatsApp videos in Chinese, right? I don't understand.
Actually, my dad quite joker. He really quite funny lah. But but I feel like dads are the ones who will do these things, right? That cross the line very slightly in terms of getting themselves in trouble with the moms. Enough to like give you a bit of trauma, right? But for it to be still a bit funny. They really play that line. Like when I was super young, I remember I think I was like 3-4 years old enough to understand what he was saying. He started telling me what death was.
Oh yeah. You said before. Yeah.
I'm just right there crying. He tell me how you can get like you can choose to be burnt, buried. Like why do dads do these things? I feel like it's a very dad thing to do,
it
right?
is. What do you guys talk about with your dads at this age?
You usually talk about family long. Okay, so now when I meet up with my dad, talk about how work is going. He will draw parallels with his career. Then he will give career
Back
advice.
in my day.
Yeah. So he was like give career advice. Then I will ask like, okay, in like that setting, how did you all navigate this? And then after we talk about work already, then you will be talking about like family stuff. So if like a relative is going through something, then I would suggest to my dad, you should intervene and speak to said relative and do this. Then he will be like, yeah. So I feel like it'll be this sort of
Opinions.
Yeah, opinions, like
Okay.
problem solving.
But what if there's nothing new in your life? What do you all talk about?
But there's always something new in your life. How about like a recent trip that you went to? We'll talk about holidays or so.
Oh, I realize I don't really update.
Yeah.
Show photos. I think he would love to see photos.
Good idea. Sorry, I've been struggling with my relationship with my dad, so I really don't know how to have a conversation, like a long conversation with him.
I also talk about Liverpool with him quite a lot.
No, he and I don't have like common interests. That's the problem. But never
Mahjong.
mind.
Or
It's
you
okay.
pretend to don't know how to play mahjong. Ask him to teach you.
Okay, let's talk about that, okay? I learned mahjong, right? During COVID, right? And then my siblings and I actually decided, let's do it as a family. Let's drill our dad. Our father say, we're not good enough for him.
But I realized that this is a thing.
No, because my father is a legend.
Oh.
I will say he's a mahjong legend.
God of gamblers.
Like, he's quite good lah. He's really quite good.
Yeah.
He's Lim Nan Sing.
Lim-
Pong.
So, every time we will play, right? And then we say, Pa, you want to join or not? 不要啦.
算了.
So it's like we make the attempt to hang out with him, but I think sometimes he don't see it as
An attempt.
an attempt. Yeah, so what do you talk about to your dad?
When we like sit down to eat or whatever, like recently he was telling me about how he just signed up for a TikTok course. And yeah, so he's learning how to like be
UGC,
TikTok savvy.
Whoa.
Yeah, whoa.
She ate.
She ate.
Not like that, but how to post and like how to edit videos.
Then he do GRWM.
POV, you are feng shui master in SG. Come with me as I analyze this house. Okay, this...
He's learning it to improve himself, which I find so inspiring. Like he's always like doing courses, astrology, numerology, like Ayurveda, whatever.
Oh, your dad is
He's-
really like you, eh?
He really woo. He's more woo than me.
Hustler duo.
Hustler.
Freelancer duo.
Like, yeah. Really.
Gambling duo.
Oh my god. I love it. We can collaborate, cross collaborate. Oh
trifecta.
my god, they
Yeah.
can do hot pot.
Yeah, they can
The
do
two of them. Tauki maybe, a bit saggy. A bit saggy, so it's tauki.
Has there been an instance where you guys had a conflict with your father? Major one.
In recent years, no. But in my childhood, I think it was when I was in poly, where I can't remember why. But then I said to him, like, do you even know what I'm studying or not?
Like in a
Like
demanding
this,
and
like
angry.
this.
Yeah.
Then what did he say?
Then I think he was quite hurt. But then I think he responded something along the lines of like, working hard so can provide for you, that kind of thing. Then we Cold War for 2 weeks. Yeah.
Dang.
Then it was never addressed again, even until today. But I feel like it's an unspoken thing that like now as an adult I understand. And then him looking back probably also understood that like, there are things that probably he as a parent could have done differently. Yeah lah.
But do you feel like as men, right, you all tend to just forget and like move on?
I think so, to a certain extent lah. I think it's more of like, there comes a point where you realize like where the other person is coming from. And then you realize that like, ultimately like, he wants the best for you in his own way. Yeah.
We never really had conflict. He would see things that I do sometimes and be like my first tattoo. And then when the tattoo started like spreading, you know, he was always worried that I wouldn't have a good like quality life. Because he was worried about my employment. He was worried about how I would be perceived. Never about how I was as a person. And that was very comforting. Like it never like shook his view of me. Like now I'm a bad like kid, or he just was worried about the world not being able to understand me. The only thing I can think of that was like real kind of like friction was when I was about 7 or 8. It was during a time of infidelity, during the marriage, during my parents' marriage, where I was quite close to the third party because I was a child. So if there's this new third party in the picture, and this third party is buying you everything that you want, offering you a beautiful new house where you can just bring your school uniform to, it's near your school, you can just go to school there. As a child, this is not even the candy store. It's like they give you the key to the candy store and you own it. Why wouldn't you want a part of that? So I remember it being like 2 a.m, crying, begging my dad to send me to that house. And my dad drove us there. My helper, my mom and I, he drove us there, packed my school uniform. Only much later I found out that like on the way home my dad was crying.
Oh man.
And I still feel guilty about it till today. But it is something that in therapy I learned that it wasn't my responsibility to be thinking for the adults lah. Yeah.
Did your dad ever talk about it?
We did. We talked about it. I think after the divorce, we've had like a lot of chill, like in the car, you know, we talk. I'm like, you remember this, remember this.
I think a lot of times it's just talking about past memories and then you laugh about it and you heal from it together.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think the important thing is that like if you are, when these sort of things are brought up, right, like it is your chance to heal.
Yes.
So either party, whether it's like you or your parent, right, you shouldn't take it as an opportunity to double down and like reopen all like
Correct.
wounds, you know.
I think it's how you approach it also.
Yeah.
Especially in an Asian family setting, you cannot approach it like we need to talk about this moment in my past. I cannot. You really cannot. You have to be like, hey, last time you like that. And then they're like, no lah, because of that what? Then part of your inner child is healed as a result.
Now I talk about like a lot of those conflicts that I had with my dad indirectly. For example, when I talk about like, okay, last time you're not very present, then I will draw a parallel to like why I don't want to have kids now. Because I feel like actually like now my working life is quite similar to your working life back then. And like I saw how you struggle, so I don't want to go through that struggle also.
Does he understand it?
Yeah, he said he agreed lah. He said, yeah, quite difficult, like weekend just very tired, don't want, yeah, that kind of thing.
That's good. So if let's say you guys were to argue or fight about something, who do you think will apologize first?
Now or last time?
Now.
Recently, there was like a very minor thing lah, where I think we were talking about some investment thing. And then for some reason,
Such a Nicholas thing to do.
Yeah.
I don't know why it got quite heated. Because I was saying that this is good. And then he was saying that it's not good. Then after that, I was a bit like annoyed. And then I think the way I responded, I showed that I was annoyed. So after that, I think he also a bit like, okay lah, I don't say it. So then it became a bit awkward. But then after that, a few hours later, then I texted him. Then I said, oh, sorry, so I apologized first. But I felt like, hey, this is such a stupid thing to be arguing over. And then I was the one that like got impatient first so then I should apologize. Yeah, but I feel like if the roles were reversed, he would do the same. Yeah.
I feel like my dad and I would never say sorry. As in, you know how in Asian households we just don't say sorry?
Yeah.
And it will just pass. You buy each other food. talk about something else, hee hee ha ha, and then things will move past.
Yeah.
I think my dad and I cannot see us ending a conversation like feeling like someone needs to apologize first. I feel like if we disagree on something, we'll be like, okay lah, agree to disagree. And then we move on to the next topic. Because I think in the grander scheme of things, it's like it'll be trivial compared to what we've been through.
Okay, so in the spirit of Father's Day, right, what is something you have always wanted to say to your father but have never? Use your chance.
Dad, if you're watching this, actually, you know what, Dad, I'll make sure you watch this. I'm going to send him the video. But hi, Dad. I just want to say thank you. I'm so thankful that we've met again in this lifetime. And I'm forever grateful for your love and unconditional understanding. I know I'm not the easiest to raise because I'm a little crazy, but I got it from you. So I'm so excited to grow old and you are never going to die. So we're going to live together forever. Happy Father's Day.
Oh my god, love.
Wow.
I can't top that.
I also cannot.
I honestly don't have much to say. 爸，其实我从小的时候 just kidding lah, guys. I don't know. I
But
cannot.
it's different in Mandarin, no?
I can't do it. But anyway, I'll just say in English.
Yeah.
To my father, who will never see this unless someone translate it to him. I hope you are proud of me, even though I didn't go to uni. I know that's your biggest regret for not forcing me to go uni, but I turned out pretty okay. And I hope you know you were a great dad. And I hope our relationship will get better moving forward. I love you.
Do you know that during my wedding speech, I just thank you for raising me?
Damn, then you better say.
You better make up for that shit now.
Yeah.
I think he appreciated it.
Okay, go.
Yeah, but anyway, so okay, to my father, to father, thank you for raising me. And I think that I'm most grateful and thankful for is that never once have I doubted throughout my entire life that you were proud of me. And thank you for always being so supportive.
Happy Father's Day, Jeff,
Father's Day.
Sam, and Kim Chai.
Yay.
And all the dads out there.
So thank you for watching this episode of The Hot Pot. You can also listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Me Listen.
And subscribe to our channel if you haven't already.
Happy Father's Day to everyone celebrating. Woo-hoo. And we also know that this can be a pretty difficult time, especially if you have a complicated relationship with your dad. Wherever you are, we're giving you big hugs. And we see you and we love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi everyone and welcome back to The Hot Pot, where we hop into different transitions in life. I'm Q. Who else is on this podcast?
I'm Nick.
Are we
Hey, you are the
restarting?
only one left, eh?
Are we
It's funny, it's
restarting?
funny.
Oh, okay. I'm Joey.
Hey everyone and welcome back to The Hot Pot, where we hop. You wave damn hard.
I saw something like this.
You wave from
You okay or not?
for the people behind.
Yeah.
No,
They
it's
need
not.
to know we are excited.
Okay,
right?
okay, we all wave.
Father's Day.
We all wave, ah.
Okay.